Hey friends, I'm here. My name is Dimple, and yes, it's my real name. My brothers like this, and my husband like to say Mom had a sense of humor when she named me. But, anyways, I was looking, what I'm doing, I was looking through YouTube and looking for like maybe some support groups or something for people with rheumatoid arthritis, because I was diagnosed back in 2012, and after going to the doctor, originally I started to think that maybe I'd been misdiagnosed. When I first went, I was having some severe knee pain, and I had just left my I worked in a factory for 16 and a half years, and they were closing down. And actually, no, I was diagnosed before 2012. 2012 is when I started seeing a rheumatologist. Yeah, brain fog kicks in too. But in 2006 is when I first started noticing some symptoms, and I was still working in the factory. I was having trouble doing my job, which was working what was called a chucker, which was basically like a CNC type machine. And I put threads on the ends of rods that went into struts and shocks. And so I had to lift several of them at a time, and I started noticing some pain in my shoulder. And at that time, from lifting, and had gone to the doctor, and they just said that I had some arthritis in my shoulder. It wasn't that big of a deal. And I thought, okay, but then in 2000, later in the year, they started showing signs on the wall that the factory, I was seeing that it was probably going a different direction. Maybe they were going to be moving our stuff. The parts that I was making was actually being made overseas for a while, and then they'd ship them in. By the time they got to across the Atlantic Ocean, they were all rusty, and so they wound up boosting our work up. And I've been working almost about 52 hours a week. And then I also started going to school full time because I wanted to stay busy. And I was thinking I'll wind up doing a career change, because they weren't doing anything to help with the machines. Different stuff was going on. And then they started offering people early retirements and buyouts. So I went ahead and did that. I thought, I will go ahead and change career paths. I wanted to go into like physical therapy or occupational therapy, because I had like a mechanical mindset, and I would do things to make my job easier after I started experiencing some pain myself. And I started working with ergonomics guys and nurses and different ones, and they were telling me that I would be really good in occupational therapy. And I thought, hey, that'd be a great idea. So I took the buyout and went to apply for schooling assistance, because since being unemployed, I wanted to be able to make sure that the funds that I had would last for a while. And the financial assistance basically was no help at all. They paid for 1/4 of classes and kept running me through these things of, why do you say you want to do this? Because you don't have this kind of a background. And it was more frustrating than anything. And then by the time that I finally was accepted into the program, is when I had been diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis. And my thoughts were I wanted to help people with disabilities, not be one that's getting help for disabilities. So anyways, I wound up going with just my family doctor, even though he had diagnosed me, and until I got to the point, he's like, you need to be on biologics, which is a stronger arthritis medication than what he prescribed. So he recommended a rheumatologist. So I started going to the rheumatologist in 2012. So I was doing as much as I could to fight the disease on my own. I was taking the supplements, gosh, and I apologize for the having to stop and think. Omega-3s, turmeric. I was taking the turmeric, the omega-3s, the different natural anti-inflammatories. I was looking up everything that I could for natural remedies. I was taking some classes at Sinclair Community College here in Dayton, Ohio for a while, and one guy gave me a list of arthritis remedies, which included eating like strawberries, blueberries, different anti-inflammatory foods. It was listed, and he's like, one of the best things you can do is get a bee to sting you where the pain is at. And I'm thinking, okay, you're starting to hear all kinds of different quacky almost remedies from people that weren't dealing with the disease, just things that they had heard, things that were passed down, old wives' tales things and such like that. And after a while, then you start having people say, oh, it's just arthritis, take some Tylenol for it. Well, Tylenol doesn't touch the pain when you have an arthritis flare. And so I got to the point where I wasn't even talking publicly about having the RA, because people would just come out of the woodwork. It was so frustrating. Everybody's got their own remedies for this, that, and the other. They send you these booklets and pamphlets of things that they found somewhere that was supposed to help, and I'd already tried all that stuff. And if you told somebody that you didn't, if you got frustrated with it and you actually told somebody, I don't want your wacky ideas, which is how that I was feeling about it. That didn't go over very well. It's like, well, she doesn't want it. She's not doing anything. All she wants to do is complain about it. So you don't want to talk about it a lot of times to people. And then I started looking into support groups. Well, you go to the support groups, and there was one woman there who was like, I've tried every medicine there is, nothing helps, it's hopeless. Different people are agreeing with her how hopeless it is, and I'm like, I don't want to hear that. And I got to the point, I was telling people, I said, okay, I have rheumatoid arthritis. Rheumatoid arthritis does not have me. I refuse to give into the disease. Well, here I am in 2026, almost 20 years after having my first signs and symptoms going on. I played piano. I was very active with that. That was one of the things that I said I didn't ever want to have to give up. And I've gotten to the point that it is frustrating. I still try to play. I'm very limited. As you can see, my hands are this one is getting real wonky. Okay, and I've got a rheumatoid nodule right here on my elbow. You can see it moves around. It doesn't hurt. It's just annoying, and if I bang my elbow against something, yeah, I feel it. But what I wanted to do on this channel was go ahead and share my experience, share some tips and tricks for other people. And as much as anything, it's therapeutic for myself. So if people follow it, great. If you don't follow it, that's fine too. But if you want to comment and share some of your experiences, one of the things that I'm trying to do now is an autoimmune diet. If you look at the symptoms of RA, one of them was weight loss. Well, you can see I got some extra skin here. I got some extra pounds. I have moments where that I don't feel like trying to fix anything to eat. Fast food is an easy go-to. I know it's one of the worst things that you can do. Processed foods, trying to get processed foods out of my diet. But it's hard. And then occasionally I sit down and we'll just sit down and turn the TV on and feel some hunger pains, and I'll just grab whatever's there, easy and quick to eat, be it peanut butter crackers. Get some peanut butter and put some peanut butter on Ritz crackers. I'll snack on carrots, hummus, things like that. I've actually caught myself making almost a meal out of a bag of chips just because it was something easy, it tasted good, and those tendencies to just, say part of the, well, it is what it is, and, not even fight it anymore. So it can get discouraging, but I'm sitting out in my travel trailer right now, and I'm going to make some more videos and start posting them about different hacks that I found for like opening jars, being able to do some things, and like I said, it's just as much therapeutic for myself. See what happens. And I'll try to stop saying so much. Believe it or not, I used to work in radio years and years ago, and that was one of the things that they really pushed us to stop doing, is when you come at a point where the words are not there, don't say So I'll try not to do that. But anyways, thanks for watching, and I will probably make another video here shortly showing you one of the coolest little jar opener things that I have ever found, for opening water bottles, Gatorade bottles, stuff like that. Sometimes even some larger jars. But anyways, thanks for watching, and I hope you guys have a wonderful and blessed day. Take care.